Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry I missed you yesterday, having an absolutely diabolical situation with my back at the moment, but I'm here, I'm in the seat and ready to keep you guys up to date. And what I want to do is give you some key indicators, if you will, some key areas you should really pay attention to if you're looking to trade around this market and really make some gains over the next few weeks and months. So before we do that, as always, I do ask if you could like, subscribe, comment. Those few things are definitely going to help us out, and drop a little click on that notifications bell to stay up to date. Now, going forward, let's just take a quick look at the fear and greed index, which is sitting at fearful. This isn't going to give you any kind of real information. It's just giving us a sentiment analysis of the overall market and how people feel. Does that mean everybody out there is not going to be investing? Absolutely not. Smart money is always going to be investing. And we can see this beginning to happen as, looking on the week, things are rather green. Going over, flicking to the month, again looking green, seeing a mixture, if you will, of some reds, some greens. And this tells us things are picking up. Things are being moved. The board is being prepped, if you will. And from my perspective, this is really when you should be preparing for what should be altcoin season. Now, I've spoken a few times in my previous live streams about the correlation between altcoin seasons previously and Bitcoin dominance. If we are going to in fact see an altcoin season, I can assure everybody here that's listening, it's not going to happen right after a big pump. It's going to happen after a major dump, something that we've just recently been through. Now, there's always a possible chance we could come down lower than our actual position we're in now, but the likelihood is we've gone as low as we're going to go, and it looks like things are going to be moving upwards from here. So key point number one, and for me, this is probably going to be one of the biggest playing factors in the crypto ecosystem, in the stock sector, and just in investing in general, if you will. And it's going to be the US government coming out of that major shutdown. Now, when any country goes into a major shutdown, there's going to be a huge backlog regardless of a country. But when it comes to the United States, that backlog's going to be pretty big. And I think what we're going to get is a weird kind of knee-jerk motion, if you will, as if someone has trapped the moving gears and all of this tension has built up, and as soon as they pull the blockage out of a system, everything's just going to start flowing. Now, I'm going to be paying attention to when this happens, and the US Senate are passing this funding bill, which could end this entire situation within a matter of days. Now, this is really important, as I said, but you need to pay attention to all of the other things that are going on in the market. And when I look at, for example, the Rona Ronason, and you guys know what I'm talking about, with the number 14, I'm not going to mention the name on the channel because I know the algorithm will dunk on this video for me saying it. But you all know what I'm talking about. And what we're going to be looking at specifically are these stimulus checks. Now, in the UK, there were stimulus checks as well. In the United States, there were stimulus checks. And there's a lot of these breakdowns, if you will, the impact of the stimulus checks on not just the market, but cryptocurrency markets in general. And it had a very positive effect because a lot of people took that paycheck and they put it into Bitcoin. And I think a $2,000 investment when we were back during all of this, now, if you invested that into BTC, I think right now today that'd be worth about $16,000 to $17,000 maybe. So when the whole US government comes out of this shutdown, right, the situation is Donald Trump is now more or less coming out and saying that he wants to distribute, using tariff money, $2,000 to every American citizen. And now what they're doing is, as you can imagine, cross-correlating this scenario possibly paying out and having a similar effect to what we saw during the Rona Ronason period. And for you and for me, who are already invested in crypto, this is a key time for you to start dollar cost averaging. Probably, if you're doing it already, a little bit heavier. If you're not doing it at all, maybe think about selling your pet, sell your computer chair, something like that maybe. And dollar cost average in. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And a lot of people are going to come and they're going to say that to you. But what you need to understand is there's something bigger than all of this, than the tariffs, than the overwhelming factor that is BTC, the next halving event, altcoin season. And everybody is failing, well, nearly everybody, because it's a niche market. When you think about crypto, it's niche in general. So each and every one of these crypto communities, yes, you are a niche. As much as you don't want to be called a niche, you're a niche. And that is going to grow over time. And again, for someone like you and me who's already invested, who's not sat on the sidelines, our investments are going to be going up. And that's exactly what I am planning everything around. Now, the third thing I want you guys to pay attention to, and this is going back to what I was just saying about this whole build up, this thing that's happening behind the scenes that a very small amount of people are paying attention to. And it's what's going on with XRP at this moment in time. And it's not just, right, this ETF news, for example, which is what a lot of people are, from what I can understand, trading around in general is this, and not understanding that XRP is here for the future. This is an indefinite crypto. This is going to be one of the cryptos that remain in the future when this whole bubble bursts. And yeah, eventually it's going to burst. And you've got a set amount of time, a once in a lifetime opportunity, as I was saying. Now, although this XRP ETF is big, right? It's not going to be the ETF itself that drives XRP to the moon. It's going to be everything that they're doing. They are buying out so many different products in the crypto ecosystem. It's actually hard to keep track of what they've purchased and what they've shut down, what they've rebranded. It's getting to a point now where they're walking the paths of Amazon, of Google, of Samsung, of Apple. Okay, you just simply buy out anyone who opposes you, your opponents. You can do anything like that. You just simply buy them out. You use and abuse their technology. You shut down what the product they had was, and you move it all over to the product that is Ripple XRP. So from my perspective, I truly believe that this whole altcoin season, right, is going to happen because of the amount of money that is going to flow into XRP. Because yeah, it's an altcoin. Any coin outside of Bitcoin is essentially an altcoin, okay? With all of this being said, am I 100% sure on all of this? No, absolutely not. But what I am absolutely sure on, without a shadow of a doubt, is that crypto is going perpetually upwards. And the best thing for you to do is just dollar cost average in. Again, if you had just invested $2,000 from your stimulus check back during the Rona Ronison period, just into BTC, right? You're looking at over $10,000 in profit in what? In a matter of 4 years? There's not many things that you can invest in like this. And your children, my children, their children's children will probably not have an opportunity like this ever again. And this is the whole thing with, Web3, for example. It's not going to happen again. Do not find yourself chasing meme coins, green candles. Make smarter investments. Think smarter. Understand everything that's going on in the market and know that, when they pull the stick out of the machine that's been keeping America in shutdown, we're probably going to see a lot of money move. We're going to see a lot of things happen. If these stimulus checks are pushed out, well, the likelihood is we're going into the whole stimulus check period that we saw before. And I think a lot of you were probably invested during that time. I wasn't personally, but I saw all of the news and how crazy crypto went. I looked at all of the data recently and thought, this could get very, very interesting. So with the fear ingredient index sitting at where it is, moving up out of that extreme fear, you've got all of the data that you'd really want to see to start dollar cost averaging more into positions. But guys, do remember, this is all for educational purposes only. None of it's financial advice, anything like that. It's just mere ramblings of a guy who's a picture currently of a cat. But look, have a good day. If there's anything else you want to see on the channel, want to see covered, just let me know in the comment section, you guys. We've got the Patreon available if you're part of the OENC community. We've got links to our delegator. We've got links to our validator below. If you are one of our delegates, we've got a personalized auto compounding tool built into LunkDash for you guys only. I'll leave a link right now at the end of this video to a tutorial if you want to know how to use the personalized auto compounding feature. But guys, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.